Hello, my friends. I'm Andrea, and I welcome you to the new Astro Market weekly update from February 5th, February 12th. And if you didn't have a chance to look at the bigger picture for February, please do so. I will link it at the end of the video. What I want to say is that we are already in the energy of a big new era, a big beginning that we didn't experience before in our lives with Pluto in Aquarius. And now what is so special is the fact that we do have the new moon in Aquarius with this new configuration of Pluto. But more than that, Pluto will conjunct, so will be together with Mercury, with Venus, with significant planets for the markets, and with Mars as well. So we will have to undergo a lot of changes, and I would also argue that we'll have some turbulence. So stay tuned also for details about the new moon. So let's explore that. I shot this video on the 1st of February, actually, and we saw quite some turbulence these days, not caught by all charts, but in any case caught by Ethereum this time. So it's good to check all of them. And it is basically the energy of February 5th. Therefore, I want to talk about this the day of today and what we see, because we will have a conjunction between Mercury and Pluto, and in a financial setup, usually it's not the best. So we already feel it. But yes, the most important part of the whole forecast is the Pluto in Aquarius, which already happened. But what is important is that we do have the new moon in Aquarius, which will be interesting. So stay tuned for more details on this. It's in the mid of the week. And if you stay until the end of the video, you will get also some comment or remark regarding crypto that I think you will find interesting. So let's dive into the week, and at a glance, we see a forecast that is turbulent on the 5th, like already mentioned, and I think this will dominate the whole week in a way. So I am not that optimistic, like I was last week in any case, even with the general weather. Also, we do see some, sun there on the 7th, on the 8th. Yes, then it's the new moon, which will be interesting. And finally, we do have sort of a moderate no drama on the weekend, but usually also the transaction volume is lower, though it was not the case last weekend when it moved quite nicely. So this is again the weather forecast for the markets, but each asset is different. So if you want to have a look at BTC and Ethereum, basically you can do that on Patreon, and you can do much more. And I would like to give you a quick overview on what is available. So in the silver tier, we do have the indexes, S&P 500, we do have XAU, Nasdaq, and of course the mainstream Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Somatic, XRP, and Dodge. And for gold, as you can see, we do have all the Trias, Thea, Celestia, Avalanche, Fetch AI. So basically it's like a collection of coins that are voted by the community. So we cover 8 this time. We were more generous with our time, and we got 9 into it. So they are already available for February. Grab them if you are interested. Then let's go into the week, and I know you expected more details on the 5th. It's not only one aspect we have emerged, basically. We got about a nice Sun sextile Chiron, which is about recovery from previous wounds. We have Chiron, the wounded healer, as you know, but I think this doesn't help much. It could manifest for a part of the day, but I think the heavy energy between Pluto and Mercury will prevail. And this is also unique in our lives. So we don't have experience with Pluto in Aquarius. And it's interesting because Aquarius symbolizes astrology as well. So the Mercury-Pluto conjunction in the tropical Aquarius happens for the first time in our lives. And for sure, it will be a long era of technological and scientific transformation. Mercury stays for the markets, for trading, communication, transportation, speed, also the way we think about the mundane things, the daily things. So this is not the best, I tell you, and usually it's felt even 10 days before, and I think we already feel it from the 30th, 31st of January, like basically caught in the East chart. For the members, they could see that. Then Venus squares Chiron on the same day. This is also bad news for us interested in currency and cryptocurrency in general, because it's like some turbulence here. It's drops that are triggered by pessimism, I would say, because it's this Chiron. Okay, we had expectations to have recovery, but somehow it doesn't work. So the energy in between is very heavy, and the sum of all would be a storm in the end. This is the way I would quantify it. So always, for the ones who follow the calendar, this is accumulation of all the aspects that are valid in the sky, the result of the weather for the day. And if you are aware of the financial calendar, you see the legend and how I quantify it with some simple arithmetic to make a decision. Of course, it's not always black and white. Then we do have on the 6th, yes, I even skipped that because we don't have special aspects, but I would expect that the heavy energy on the 5th, it's still on. Then on the 7th, we do have two contrasting influences and a green fire, which is not to be neglected. It seems to be valid for crypto as well on the 7th, so let's have a bit of hope. We do have two contrasting influences. We have one that is not so favorable for crypto and for currencies in general, a Venus-Rahu square, because it's like courage is down, risk appetite is down. Rahu is usually the one who would trigger, for more. But on the same day, we do have a Venus-Uranus trine. And this is really something very beautiful, usually takes place twice a year, and it's promising because it really shows us that we can expect a sudden recovery from price drops. So I think both will manifest in the same day. I see it more on the upper side. Basically, the second aspect is stronger. And we do have also the volatility in the air, which is positive. So this really would yield to a positive outcome, at least for a part of the day. Then on the 8th, we have Rahu benevolent towards the sun. So we have a sextile here, which is about optimism, more vitality. So, finally, we get a little bit out of the melancholy and the whole drama from the price drops. But we do have also a sun square Uranus, which is about volatility. It's more down, but I think it will be also up due to the fact that we do have a Mars sextile Neptune. And this is mild in general. It's idealistic in nature because of the influence of Neptune, but Mars is the price action. So this means we could have at least some temporary relief, some temporary recovery from the previous drops. And now I would like to go into a short, detailed explanation on the new moon so that you have more information about it. So we do have the new moon in Aquarius, but it's in the sidereal Capricorn. So let me go a bit into it. Why is this new moon so important? Because we do have the first new moon with Pluto in Aquarius. And the new moon is also in Aquarius in the tropical zodiac. We would like to go into some details because this will show us the way the whole era would develop, in my opinion. So, and we will focus on financial matters mainly, of course. And what do we see here? So this is a North Indian style chart, Lahiriya and Amsha. It's for London, but you can ignore that. So the ascendant and the houses, you know, it would be different. What I want to pinpoint here is the fact that we do have a stellium. It's in the sidereal Capricorn, but actually most of them are in Aquarius, in the tropical. And what is important to see here, we have Mars, Mercury, Moon, and Sun together. In general, for worldwide astrology, I think sidereal is a bit more accurate, and I would like to tell what I see here. So first of all, we do have Mercury, which is the markets, Mars, which would infuse the markets with energy. So we can expect more speed in this regard. And Capricorn actually is also a sign of regulation. So this means that there would be a structure and a way, you know, to do it, a more organized way to do markets in general. And we do have the Sun and the Moon together, which always happens at the new moon. Now we are very interested in the ruler of this new moon, and I would say that I would go to the nakshatra or the constellation ruler, and we can see from this table that we do have Mars being the ruler of this, new moon, because we have both the Sun and the Moon in the constellation of Dhanishta. This doesn't happen all the time. Now, Dhanishta is really linked to wealth. So it would be a market which will expand in the next 20 years because the word Dhan is wealth in Sanskrit. So it's like a warning for us that we will have an era where wealth would expand in a more organized way. And we do have also the hint of Mars, the ruler of Dhanishta, in Uttara Ashada nakshatra, which is about the universal star. It's about the universal victory. It's not really on the Abhijit, but it's quite close, I would say. Also very interesting is the fact that we do have also Venus, because we are very interested in Venus, is the symbol for cryptocurrency and currency in general. We do have it in the Sagittarius, in the sidereal zodiac. And here we can say that it's a sign of optimism, of the future, of going beyond limits, beyond borders. So it's about having new protocols of payment that would be more optimistic in nature, so basically more advantageous, I would interpret it for cross-border payments and so on. So we can see that, and it would be more win-win oriented, because it's Sagittarius, which is about truth, it's about friendship, it's about cordial relationships across borders in terms of payments, I would say. And being futuristic, it's also about a lot of innovation that we can expect in the next era, so to speak, because this is the first new moon of the new era, I would say. And also interesting is the fact that if you see here, we have Venus in Uttarashada, which is about again, it's about being victorious. It's about really having the upper hand on things to really be the one that, goes out of the battle with a sense of victory. We have also the symbol nearby of the triumphal arch, so you can really associate it with celebration and with being victorious. Now I would like to go into the rest of the week. So despite of how turbulent the week is, and I think it will be, we can have hope for the future, because long term the seed looks very positive. February 10th, it's a weekend. And here we do have a square between Mercury and Jupiter. Not so good, but also not entirely bad. I would say there would be a sort of contraction in the market, and we can expect some drops, not something dramatic, but rather to previous levels that we know. And it's a low intensity aspect, as you can see, so it's no storm this time, at least. So we have on Sunday, February 11th, a quiet day, but we do have a nice fire that is a green one, and we can expect some hourly recovery of prices. Of course, it depends on the transaction volume again, but part of this energy will be also propagated to the next day, so to the next Monday. Then I would like to tell you that the offer of the discounts is still valid for all the Patreon members, and you can get on Gumroad with 10% and respectively 20% rebate. Any product or consultation, basically, I want to remind you about the galactic surge that we expect for April in the end of it. At least we have also eclipses in April, and we do have week by week from February onwards what coins would benefit from this influence. So it's good to buy to dollar cost average and to see how to benefit the best from the culmination, which will happen on 20th, 21st of April 2024. And we even cross a bit into May and talk about the summer and the crossing of Algol, also what impact it had in the history and what can we expect in the markets later in the year. And now this Uranus-Jupiter conjunction takes place also in your chart in some region, in some domain of it. So if you are curious to know where you can benefit, where you can have a galactic surge downloaded into your life, then you are welcome to consider any of these consultations and remember the rebate, which is active for the members as well. So also for the new ones, just saying. Then I would like to tell you what I promised, a comment or remark on the crypto markets as such. For the ones who are attentive, you could see that we had a fire on the new moon day, a negative one, and we had a sun square Uranus. Actually, the negative fire is a moon Uranus square, with Uranus also the ruler of the tropical Aquarius, the modern ruler of Aquarius, which shows the fact that we can expect a lot of volatility. So yes, prices will go up and down, I think also from 1 hour to the other. So it's like, it's like a roller coaster, I would say. I would expect that, and it's nothing really out of the ordinary, because also based on previous patterns, at least when these two are together, both Sun and the Moon in hard aspect with Uranus, we can expect these big significant price moves that are in general not sustainable, so we won't have much stability. Therefore, navigate the week with care. I would say it's also a good time to get some bargains, and I hope you will do very well. Thank you so much for your attention, for liking and subscribing. And yes, it helps the channel. And until next time, be joyful. See you.